You don't have to let the past hinder you anymore. We can't change the past, but we can change how we see it. And we can stop it from continuing to affect our lives. I'll be sharing how you can change painful experiences into opportunities for growth. Make sure that you stay to the end because I have a bonus for you. I'm going to be giving you an action step so you can apply right away what we're going to be covering in this video. Hey guys, my name is Samantha and I am a Christian personal development coach. My mission is to help individuals like you heal your past, restore your identity, and fulfill your purpose. I am so passionate about this topic because I struggled with the past for years. I can personally testify that everything we're going to be covering in this video works if you apply them. Past experiences can often replay in our minds and create similar thoughts and feeling patterns. And these thought-feeling patterns often make us feel sad, angry, regretful, upset, and bring about negative emotions that we carry with us throughout our day-to-day. The first thing you're going to have to do is to be honest with yourself. Everyone wants to run away from the past. But in order to heal from the past, you have to stop running away from the past. The thoughts, the feelings, the memories, the experiences that you're running away from are constantly chasing you down. And this isn't a bad thing. It's our body's way of saying, hey, you have to pay attention to this experience. This experience is bothering you, it's hindering you, and if you keep running away from it, it's not going to change. You have to stop running away from the past and face the things that you're afraid of. Face the things that you keep running away from. So we have to acknowledge the specific events that are reoccurring in our mind over and over and over again. So I'm going to give you an example. I remember years ago, someone that I considered to be a super close friend to me decided that she didn't want to be friends with me no more. And I was really hurt by that because I knew her for such a long time. I felt that I was wrongly accused. I felt like I couldn't defend myself. I was really hurt. I moved on with my life. And the truth is that because I had never acknowledged the fact that I was hurt, it was stuck in me. It just kept on coming up. I was heartbroken and I didn't want to admit it. I was hurt by the fact that this person left, and I never allowed myself to really acknowledge that. And it was creating cycles of thought, negative cycles of thought, because my body was trying to tell me something. My body was trying to say, hey, listen, pay attention to this. And I kept on suppressing the feelings and suppressing the emotions, and I wasn't letting them out. I was embarrassed to admit that I was still hurt by it. And it was like a roller coaster that went on for years. So let me ask you, what thoughts are you ruminating or running away from? Something that is really, really important that we have to be careful of when we are reflecting on the past is victimhood. A lot of us, when we've been wronged, when we feel sorry for ourselves, we get into this cycle of victimhood. And victimhood is the thief of destiny. If you keep playing the victim, then you will always stay in the same place that you are because you're not taking accountability for yourself and your action. Maybe it wasn't all the other person's fault, and you have to acknowledge that too. If you did do something in that situation, you have to acknowledge that. That's part of accountability. Accountability gives you your power back. So acknowledge the areas in your life where you feel hurt, or maybe you feel embarrassed. Maybe it's something that happened a long, long time ago. Maybe it's something that happened just recently. But the more that we ignore our feelings and our emotions because we don't want to feel the way that we feel, the more that it's going to haunt and scare us, and the more that we're going to stay stuck. Number 2, explore what this experience taught you. Experience purchases wisdom. So what did your experience purchase for you? In my example with my friend who left, I was so grateful years after, because I realized that God was using that experience to separate us because we were going in different directions in our lives. And around the time I felt rejected, and the enemy used that rejection, that fear, to get into other areas of my life. So God used it as an opportunity for good, but the enemy wants to twist around your thoughts to make you either accuse yourself or accuse God. And for years, I thought I was a bad friend. I thought I didn't deserve close friendships because I thought I did something wrong. If we look carefully and if we dig deep enough, we can understand and we can see the lessons that our experiences teach us so that we can avoid those things in the future. If you're struggling with the past and you know that it has hindered your identity, if you can't seem to fulfill your purpose, no matter how hard you try, book a free call with me. The link is in the description box below. I am a Christian personal development coach, and I am dedicated to helping people heal their past, restore their identity, and fulfill their purpose. I know firsthand how our past affects our present and our future, and I struggled with it for absolutely too long. And my mission is to help people overcome the past, restore a healthy, God-given identity and image so that we can all go out there and do the work that God has planned for us. Click the link in the description box to book an appointment with me. The third thing that we have to do. This is the hardest thing I think everybody struggles with. Forgiveness and letting go. We have to forgive and let go. And unforgiveness is the number one thing that keeps people stuck. Forgiveness and letting go is so hard for people because our emotions are attached to our experiences, to people, to places, and to things. Our flesh is connected to our emotions. And usually our flesh is the one that wants to hold on because it's been hurt and it doesn't want to let go, and it just wants to keep people trapped. When we have trauma or past or negative past experiences, it hurts our identity in some way. And in my case, it was rejection. I had never thought that I had experienced rejection before, but I had realized that in my childhood I experienced a lot of rejection, and that experience I had when I was older, when my friend left, it was kind of like a cherry on top of the cake. The enemy will want to accuse you and God. Sometimes he'll accuse you, sometimes he'll accuse God, sometimes he'll accuse both. And one clear way to know if he is accusing you or God is if you think to yourself, why did this happen to me? Why did God allow this? Those are two ways that the enemy tries to get in our mind by accusing us that we did something wrong or accusing God. I have another video that talks about overcoming traumatic experiences and forgiving other people. I will put it in the description box below, or it will be in one of the recommended videos. If your past experience involves someone that you may not talk to anymore or you can't speak to anymore, realize that you may not receive closure ever, and that's okay, but you still have to forgive them. Listen, I didn't talk to that person that walked out of my life after the situation, and I was heartbroken. I was hurt, but I realized that I'm never going to speak to her again, and I have to be okay with moving on with my life, and I have to forgive her, even if she's never said sorry, even if she doesn't acknowledge how much she hurt me. I had to be the one to say, you know what, I forgive her and I move on. So why should you forgive? If you don't forgive, then you're gonna stay stuck, and you're just gonna keep going back into the same cycles that you have been, that got you to the place that you are today. And forgiveness is what we are called to do, especially if you're a believer. If you believe in Christ, if you follow God, if you want more intimacy with God the Father, then you have a duty to forgive other people. Forgiveness is not for the other person. It is for you. And I just want to mention that you shouldn't exclude yourself from forgiveness. you need forgiveness too. You need to forgive yourself. I've experienced times where the person that I am speaking to about this does not want to forgive themselves. And that is one of the worst things that we can do, because we are condemning ourselves. So don't allow self condemnation by holding on to unforgiveness towards yourself. What has the past taught you? Let me know in the comment section below. The fourth thing we have to do: put our lessons into practice. So review what you have learned about life, about yourself, about others. Don't ignore the lessons that you're learning through your experiences. They've purchased something for you, so use those things to avoid mistakes in the future. Remember always to keep a positive outlook when you're doing this. Negativity is the enemy of progress. Do not be negative about your experiences. If you get negative and cynical, you're going to have a really rough time overcoming the things that you want to overcome. So remember to stay positive. And the last thing I want to tell you is to be present. When we're present in the moment, our body is no longer thinking about the past. You have to be still and present in order to gain a new sense of self. Practicing awareness by fully engaging in the moment will help us to stop thinking about the past or stop thinking about the future. It will stop our minds from dwelling in the past. The moment we go unconscious, our body is living in the past. So we begin to go on autopilot. When we are living in the present moment, then we are experiencing things as they come. Here is your bonus, guys. Take out a journal and a pen and write down your answers to these reflection questions. What experience am I trying to learn from? Be specific about what you're holding on to. What didn't I know then that I know now? How can I use this experience to make a wise decision next time? What did this experience purchase for me? I hope this video was helpful to you. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel. Comment down below. Book a call with me if you are struggling with this. I would love to help you. Until next time, I will see you guys soon. Bye.